Hey, what's up, guys? Just wanted to pop on here real quick and say hello and explain a little bit about what's going on this week. So we had planned to record our next episode as scheduled, but Ketryn fell ill, and after a couple of days of not feeling very good, she decided to take a COVID test, and it turned out that she did, in fact, test positive for COVID, which is very much still a thing. So she's been recovering and taking the meds and resting, and so our production schedule was thrown for a loop. But we didn't want to leave you empty-handed, so we decided we were going to do a clip show. We were going to cut together some of our favorite moments from season one. We're calling it a season one roast, and it's been really fun to kind of go back through and revisit how this show started and what it was compared to what it is now. And for those of you who maybe only recently joined us, it's a chance to kind of go back and get familiar with the early days of Major Slayage. So we hope you enjoy this, and we hope to be back next week as scheduled. Thanks for bearing with us, and we'll talk to you soon.
Then we get your mini montage that you wanted so badly in the movie.
In the Buffy movie, before she goes,
but it's
to
like
the
barely
dance,
a montage. Like, I'm sorry that you're even like.
Well, it's at least she considers two outfits and then chooses a third. In the Buffy movie, before Buffy goes to the dance, she holds up one terribly ugly dress. I think we even put a clip about this on our social media. Now, this drives me crazy. She looks at one terrible dress.
I bet it would look great on her, though.
That's not the dress she wound up picking.
No.
But we also don't get the montage of her trying lots of different dresses.
Oh my God, I would love that.
I don't know what that shot was. I wanted a montage.
I would love, oh my God, a montage of her trying on prom dresses. Can you imagine?
I would watch 2 hours of her trying on prom dresses.
1,000%. Me too.
The next time we see her, she's in a completely different dress. We missed the part where she chose the dress. We missed the part where we learned why she didn't wear the one dress. And we both decided we wanted a 2-hour montage of Christy Swanson.
We both decided, Eric decided, and I said, I'll come. But like, no, he was like, so you wanted a dress montage.
Well,
so
I love
bad.
a dress montage, but I also just don't want a one shot of her looking at the dress that's not the dress with no explanation of why that's not the dress.
Okay.
It just was a waste of time. Here, at least, Buffy considers a couple outfits, and she even has does a little monologue for each one.
Hi, I'm an enormous slut. Hello, would you like a copy of the Watchtower?
Did you appreciate how she simultaneously slut shamed herself and then also made fun of herself for being too prude?
Yeah.
Like I was,
each outfit had a different story.
I was like, we are solidly in the late 90s where a woman can't do anything right. She's either a slut or a prude, and both are really, really bad. You should kill yourself. That was the messaging.
I think not only do we need to rescind some of the feminist bona fides that he was kind of granted, I think he inadvertently backed into some of that anyway.
Agreed.
We talked about in our watch of the film that we live in a world where Buffy is a thing. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, like we just take it for granted. But that's an insane title. It's one of those, I compare it to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's like these incongruous ideas that are kind of slapped together to become this thing. And it's meant to make you go, what the hell is that? Like, right. I think he started with, this is weird. Who's an unlikely vampire slayer, right? It's not Van Helsing. It's a cheerleader.
Right.
And so then I got this dainty blonde girl who's a cheerleader who's doing karate and fighting vampires. I think he started writing what titillated him.
Mm-hmm.
And then like sort of inadvertently created this feminist icon.
Right.
I think he was writing, this is weird. This is a funny sounding title. As I flesh it out, it's super titillating.
Yeah.
Probably the kind of guy who would get turned on to the idea of a girl kicking his ass.
Right.
And then as a writer, he's a talented guy. So you start to flesh it out and then you fill in all the blanks and then it becomes this thing. But I don't think he necessarily set out to write this feminist manifesto.
But man, did he claim it as soon as
anyone recognized it.
Yeah.
That's my take. Again, I'm usually wrong about stuff, so feel free to disagree in the comments. But that's how I interpret.
Though that is an opinion I also hold, and I'm actually weirdly never wrong.
Rarely. Very rarely.
See, that was an example of him being wrong all the time. Yeah.
Well, I think maybe I have this complex about thinking I'm wrong because I get
Because
told
you
it
are
so frequently.
Yeah.
I'm reminded all the time.
Right.
Now, one of the things that I think is this is sort of treated as a standalone episode. I think this is like a C.
Agreed.
But because you combine it with the first one, the pilot is so strong and this has enough good stuff in it that I think it averages out to still pretty close to an A- for me. But there's a lot of shit in the second one that it does not work.
But you know what I love?
A lot of filler. I almost would have rather they just made like a 90-minute pilot.
Do you know what I love?
What do you love?
Has to do with what you're saying. Eric is currently working on a script.
Oh boy.
Where I said, you have so much good stuff in here. And he's like, I can't have a 90-minute pilot. And I'm like, what if you did a 2-part pilot? And he's like, no, that doesn't happen. Cut to one of the most successful shows on television doing a two-part.
That's it, guys. I'm out.
Doing a 2-part pilot. A two-part pilot.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
A 2-part pilot.
Yeah, I'm writing a pilot, and it's the version I like is 80 pages, and I need to add a couple scenes. And the version that I could probably get meetings on, it would be 65 pages, which would mean cutting a lot of stuff.
Unless you do a 2-part pilot.
Nobody cares about this.
2-part pilot. 2-part pilot. You're gonna make a 2-part pilot. 2-part pilot. He's gonna make a 2-part pilot.
I guess I'm gonna beatbox every episode now. I didn't know that was gonna be a thing, but
Great.
Here we are.
All right. We're back at school and it's cheerleading tryouts. Xander is inexplicably there to, I can only assume, observe the cheerleading.
He's there to creep on girls in their athleisure wear, doing splits and stretches. And Xander, strangely though, is only the second worst man in this scene.
Oh, who's the first?
The cameraman.
Oh.
We start this sequence with a girl doing like a lunge split directly on top of a camera.
Onto the lens of the camera.
It is gynecologically like invasive.
Yeah.
It's so it's one of these egregious things that like it draws so much attention to itself that all I can think about is they had to plan this. They had to tell this girl, this is your mark, and then you're going to drop your cooch right onto the camera. And it's just like,
and it's like, she's an extra. Like, so she's not going to be like,
well,
no,
I don't think
thanks.
we see her face.
Right. But I'm saying she has no, like, she has no agency as someone who's like been an extra. Like, you have no agency to be like, no, thanks.
There was no intimacy coordinator on this show. And it just, and these are high school. I mean, the actresses are probably in their 20s, but
37.
The characters are high school girls, and we're just dropping. She just did a clam slam right on top of the camera.
I love your terminology.
You made this point too during our watch along, which was Cordelia's there in a very revealing outfit. She's got a black sports bra emblazoned with stars. She's wearing little hot pants with stars. She looks fucking phenomenal. And you made the point, the difference between having a girl just squat on the camera and then having Cordelia in a revealing outfit. One is it's germane to her character. It's with something she would wear. It's also like, in a way, letting her kind of show off the work she's put into her body. Yeah, so she's going to
aspire to me,
put herself on display versus this other poor girl that I just felt like she just said, oh, I booked a thing on this TV show. What do you do? Well, I'm basically just getting a pap smear
by a camera. That's
on network television.
And then this girl is on fire. And her arm, she's doing jazz hands to put out her arms.
Yeah, her arms burst into flames.
I'm just trying to think like what I would do. Like if my hands were on fire, I feel like what I would do is like try to shake them off or like put them off on myself. Like I would definitely not be like literally fanning the flame.
Yeah, there are 3 words that are very important in the situation. Stop, drop, and roll. She does none of these things. Instead, she turns into one of those inflatable guys at a used car lot that's just like doing all kind of this. It's down to Buffy the hero to save the day yet again.
So she grabs one of those like
banners.
Our school does sports banners this year and like jumps on her and puts her out.
Now, this is where I think the second most egregious
camera move
Oh.
in this scene happens.
Right.
So Buffy she dives over the girl, extinguishes the flames, but she's down on all fours and the camera is just aimed right up her poop chute. Like, it's so invasive and it made me so uncomfortable. Again, if I'm watching a scene and I'm thinking about the camera, then you failed.
Yeah.
I feel like you could have shot that from any angle. We could have shot that from above. We could have shot that aligned at the top of this girl's head. We could have shot it from the other side. We didn't have to just put Buffy face down, ass up, and then just point the camera right up her colon. It just was, in a span of a couple minutes, we've had two very leering camera moves that kind of took me out of the scene.
I'm so proud of you
For
putting your boner to the side and being a feminist. It's lovely.
My being a feminist has nothing to do with my boner.
But you're not ruled, you're not led around by your boner.
Correct.
Yeah. I've always found Nicholas Brendon to be a really watchable actor.
Yes.
I think he's great as an actor. It made me appreciate his acting even more because I was wildly attracted to him in his dream life.
Yeah, you said too, when he breaks a leg off a chair and throws it at the vamp to stake it.
It looked real good.
Yeah, so he could have done like action-y stuff. I mean, I think he got kind of pigeonholed with this role where it was like, oh, you're like the incel dork, but
he's really like he's really watchable. Like he's
a good
really
physical actor. Yeah.
I also think he there's something similar. Like, I understand why his character is despised on many a message board. But he himself, I will go to my grave. He brings a charm to it that allowed us to stay with him for 7 seasons and not like write him off as like, get this fucking guy out of here.
And I think that he does serve to reinforce the themes of the show of like these powerful women in a world built for men.
Yeah.
And he's sort of a symptom of that. I think you've talked about that before, that he's a victim of the patriarchy too. So I think he serves a purpose. I think in the same way some people complain about Dawn. Oh, Dawn's just annoying. No, Dawn was there.
Who?
Jumping ahead a little bit. But Dawn really is an emotional grounding for Buffy. It's her most important relationship that's not a boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like she serves a purpose. And in fleshing out who that person would be in real life, that would sometimes have annoying characteristics attached to it. I feel like Xander is,
you don't know who we're talking about. You'll find out soon.
Xander functions in some of the same way, I think.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So he does a hot move, stakes a vamp, shreds on the guitar. Eric said it was perfectly executed, very realistic guitar playing.
He was not playing any of those notes.
He was playing it live. Eric was really impressed.
None of the guitars of the band on stage were plugged in, but
it was perfect. Eric was jealous and thought it was really great. And then Buffy in the dream starts being like, "You're drooling," and it was a very what did we say? A very Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, the episode where Mac's gonna take the slap shot from center ice for a chance to win some radio contest, and he slips and falls.
Thinks everyone is cheering, Mac, but they're actually trying to arouse him.
Get him to wake up from being unconscious because he cracked his skull on the ice.
Yeah, so Zandy Pants wakes up to Buffy telling him that he's drooling in science class.
Yes.
So we get a little bug science. And then Miss Dr. Gregory asks Buffy to stay after class.
Is that common in high schools for doctors to be teaching biology high school class? That was not the case in any of my schools.
Actually, my biology teacher, Dr. Lolita Norona Blob, she was a doctor.
That name sounds made up.
It's not. Dr. Lolita Norona Blob, and I believe she is now a published poet.
That sounds like a name where if someone stopped you and asked for your name and you had to come up with a fake name on the spot, you would say that.
That was my bio teacher.
And what's your name, young lady?
Yeah. Dr. Lolita Norona Blob.
Exactly.
Yeah. She seems honestly much happier than she did as a biology teacher now that she's a poet. Or I might have just been an irritating student. I think I was just an irritating student.
I don't see why it can't be both. Yeah, we're doing Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 1, Episode 5, Never Kill a Boy on the First Date.
Well,
what?
I just don't think never. I'm sure I can think of like 10 scenarios right now where it is totally appropriate to kill a boy on the
Yeah, I
first
guess it
date.
depends on how the date is going.
Yeah,
really, and
like,
who the
I
boy
just-
is.
Yeah, don't never say never is all I'm saying.
Don't box you in. We have another special guest in here with us tonight. Right now, we've in addition to Ethel, who's always here, we have our cousin's dog Tansy joining us. So we've got an audience of 2 who don't seem super interested in anything we're doing. But
but they're not protesting.
no, they're not. They're not being a nuisance. Certainly.
She dusts a vamp. Erik found a plot hole because what happens is she dusts the vamp, and what is left behind is a ring.
Here's my question: if you dust a vamp, they dust.
Their clothes
All of their
dust.
clothes. We don't ever see a pile of clothes. It's not like Obi-Wan Kenobi,
Right.
Darth Vader stepping on it to make sure he's not in there somewhere.
Right.
You dust them. Everything they're wearing also dusts.
Yeah.
How could a vamp leave a ring behind? Also, they just find a ring on the ground in a dark cemetery. How do they know it came from that vamp? It's not like she clocked it on him while they were fighting. I'll get to.
That's why I'm raising my hand. I'm just raising my hand.
Let's consider you seen,
Okay.
and I will call on you as soon as I finish my sentence.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, if she had seen the ring on him while he was fighting, then we would know, oh, that's definitely his. That could just be some weird goth kid's ring, but they somehow instantly know that fell off the vamp. You with the pigtails.
Yes. So here's the thing is we do find out that it is a magical symbolic ring. So maybe it has like powers on it where it's like, ooh, you ain't dusting me, bitch. And it like sticks around, like that's part of its magic. And also you could know that it came off his finger because there's probably like dust left behind and there's going to be like dust in and around the ring.
Well, we didn't see that. So if that
Giles
was their
did.
intention,
Giles did.
I really can't see very well, so I guess maybe I'm not the best judge.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It seemed weird.
But Giles is going to consult his books about it. And here's the thing. Let's say they brought a fucking Claire's mood ring home. They won't find it in the books and they'll move on. But maybe it is something important, which
I would have preferred that. Hey, is this significant? Not sure. Let's check it out versus I know this is important.
Okay. Well,
Anyway.
Kool-Aid Mouth. You want to go see him?
Not really.
Okay. Well, he's in his books and he's trying to what Kool-Aid Mouth is in his books.
He's got the biggest book I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's a big old dusty tome. I love a dusty tome.
Yes, you do.
And he's like, listen, from 5, the anointed one will rise from the ashes of 5 or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, it's ponderous.
Mhm.
This guy's giving Giles a run for his money for long-winded nonsense.
And he's got some dumbos there that are just like listening to the TED Talk. And, you know, they're minions. They're minioning.
Everything's going over their heads. These guys aren't tracking a word of this.
They're like, just tell me what I need to do, boss. And he sends his minions
So
out.
he's pissed that one of them went to find the Slayer because he's like,
Here's
the plan.
Yeah.
This is supposed to happen, and the anointed one who's going to be my warrior is en route, and we got to do this thing. And out of 5, he shall rise.
And instead, this motherfucker went to the cemetery and got dusted,
got slayed,
because he couldn't keep it in his pants for just a little bit longer. So here endeth the lesson.
Right.
And
he grabs another one just to show what a
strongman he is.
He's scarier in this than he was in the first 2 episodes.
More menacing.
Yeah, there's a little something going on with him.
Yeah,
but he's also my thought was he's trapped in his bubble. He's a bubble boy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why none of the other vamps go like, how about I take this dude out and then I can own all the candles.
I think they just know they're dumb.
Yeah.
I think they just know that they don't fit the job description.
And I guess maybe if you are dumb enough to join a cult, you are not someone who fancies yourself capable of running a cult.
And also, like, the master apparently is a blajillion years old, whereas like these vamps are brand new. Yeah. So it's like they haven't been around the planet.
It just seems like he can't run away from you. He can't leave his bubble.
He's got a cult of personality.
Grab 20 of your best friends and take this dude out. But I guess that's why he's the leader. He knows how to pick them. We have a segment that Ketryn created on this show where we get to air marital grievances. I didn't bring anything for that today. I don't know if you have anything.
I will say, have a marital grievance.
Hold that thought though.
Okay.
But I thought since Kim is here, if you have any either grievances about your partner, or if you want to talk about something about the way KK Sam is going that you would like to bring to the table,
Yeah.
feel free. If not, I'm sure Ketryn will talk her ears off with something I did.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to talk
Think
your
about
ears
it while
off
she does
with
that.
something he did. I went to sleep last night. I was asleep.
This is bad. I'll concede this
Yeah.
before you even say it.
Yeah. And you know, our very old sweet dog, like it's difficult to get her to go to sleep, especially if I go to sleep before Arik does. So lights are out. It's all quiet. Ethel's finally gotten to sleep. I've got my eye mask on. I'm out. This absolute terrorizing motherfucker comes in full voice, turns the full overhead light on. And I said, "Excuse me? Yes? What?" And he says, "I want to show you something." And I said, "Can you turn the light off?" And then he went, "Fine, turn the light off," marched away. I just went to sleep.
Well,
And I said, "This motherfucker, if he tries to come at me for the attitude, fisticuffs."
I didn't ever come at you.
Yeah, he
But
did.
there would be no way to show you what I wanted to show you with the light off either. So I just
So maybe
bailed.
wait till the next day, like you did.
Do you know what it was I wanted to show you?
Your mustache.
I shaved last. So I've lost like 26 pounds on Manjaro so far. My face has a different shape. My glasses don't fit. I'm getting new glasses. But as I was shaving, I got to this bit last. I don't know if you can even see it. It's nascent. It's a very early stages mustache. But I was very excited. I was like, oh, I think my face can pull off a mustache now.
Mhm.
And I was excited to share. And so I barged into the room, lights on. Look at that. And you're like, fuck off. So
Oh, if you're wondering
I'm having
yeah,
what's the word for
you're having a marital grievance.
Yes.
With
just imagining that
Yeah.
happening to me, because that's truly one of the worst things you can
Yeah.
do to me. Just wake me up.
Also, if you're wondering if he woke Ethel up, he did.
the dog.
Yeah. So
She's in here with us, but she's in her bed right now. So if she makes her way over, we'll let her pop up and say hi, because
Yeah.
people really respond to Ethel. I think there's a certain percentage of people that
Well,
they
she's
only
a
watch
go
for
Ethel.
Ethel.
yeah, that's true. Willow and Xander come up and they're like, "Hey, we saw the zebras fucking and it was fun." And Willow compared it to the Heimlich with stripes. I was like,
I don't like it.
I don't know why I don't like it, but I don't like
The
it.
question is, were they fucking to staying alive? Oh wait, that's not the Heimlich.
No,
that's
that's
CPR.
Stay alive.
Oh God! Oh God!
Imagine if you're choking and somebody is rhythmically Heimliching you.
while singing
They're
that
like,
song.
I can't breathe. And you're like, but I gotta stay on beat, dog.
Oh gosh!
man.
All right.
This is already my favorite episode we've ever done.
Yeah.
Kim, you're hired.
Yeah, they're talking about how Angel slept over last night, and
Oh, that's right.
Willow was like, "Oh my God, like what? How did it go? What did he do?" And Xander is like, "Oh my God, how did it go? What did he do?"
You got this guy in your bed, and she's like, not in my bed, next to the
Mhm.
bed. Yeah.
and he was a perfect gentleman. And Xander's like, "What's that? What is that? What's a perfect gentleman? What do you? How do they act?
How
what do they
how
do?"
did he try to look at your boobs?
Right? Yeah.
I'm taking notes.
Giles says the master wouldn't have sent the three LARPers unless you were like super duper pissing him off. So he's like, "You're really getting under his skin, Buff." Now
what
we're
is it?
back-
What is it? The art of war is like if your opponent is of choleric temper, aggravate him.
Oh,
So
I
Buffy
love that.
seems to be
Aggravating his choleric temper. The three failed. So Darla is in her happy place because finally the master is like, "All
The
right."
who?
The master, Kool-Aid mouth,
Kool-Aid mouth.
is like, "All right, Darla, you can kill the three."
But
Because
he teases that he might forgive them because he's got a little short round with him from the creepy
Mhm.
crap bag from the bus. The
Yeah.
anointed, the little boy, evil Macaulay Culkin, is there, and he's like imparting lessons. And so he's like, they did fail, they did screw up, but there is, sometimes there's value in mercy. Like he sets it up like he might be letting them off the hook,
psych.
and then lets Darla ace them.
And she does it with a smile.
Yeah, she's very happy.
There are some people in this world that I would kill with a smile.
She's I need to see this list just to make sure. Is it alphabetical? Because I can just stay at the top.
Just stay at the top.
Yeah. But no, she's being called up now. She's gonna be the enforcer.
Yeah.
All the other
Mediocre
schmoes-
white men had to fail before we call up a woman.
just breaking that glass ceiling.
Yeah. But Buffy moves in for the kiss. Buffy made the first move.
They come towards each other, but Buffy definitely took a step. Like she definitely initiated.
Buffy, yeah, for sure. And they great kissing. And again, kissing for camera is not, you don't get to just go in there and kiss the way you would if nobody is watching.
No, their
You
cheekbones,
have
their
to-
jaws were all in the right place. Their necks were
They
moving
knew
in the right way.
exactly how to, it was very impressive. Like it's hard to sell a kiss.
And it was a
on
horny kiss.
It would, and
Like in the best way.
yeah, it was really impressive. Like it was, if anybody was on the fence about Angel in this series,
This won them over.
Yeah. So at that point, Angel pulls away really fast,
Mhm.
turns back to her, and he's fucking bumpy faced.
And
he's a fucking vampire.
And I said he looked like Ron Perlman from the TV Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
And I think that might have been intentional in his character design a little bit.
Really?
Because that was...
You're going to have to show me a side-by-side.
Yeah, that was a... it will go right here. That was a very like big gothic fantasy dark romance show. So I feel like a little nod to that might have been a way to clue people into what they were in for. So
we'll find out.
Yeah.
So at that, obviously Buffy screams. Angel jumps out the window and Joyce comes in. How many times must Joyce have to just be like, that's my daughter's screaming bloody murder again over something?
She said she saw a
shadow.
Could you imagine if the groundhog on Groundhog Day had that reaction to a shadow?
That was such a that was like your clean stand-up set. Like a joke from your clean stand-up set. Imagine if every time the groundhog came up and saw a shadow, we got spooked. What would that be like?
It would go a little something like this.
So now Buffy goes to talk to Giles about everybody being fucking weird. And Giles is like, I don't know, man. Computers are weird. Kids are weird. I'm not hearing anything that I can help with. Doesn't have to do with old books or demons or anything.
Yeah, he even goes like, if it was a troll, maybe I'd be of some use.
And I was like, it's an internet troll. Buffy says, all right, fine. I'm going to tail Dave.
She gets all dressed up in her. She's about to do some spy work. So to try and blend in and not be noticed, she dresses like Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah.
In the most obvious, I'm a spy outfit with giant sunglasses you could imagine.
And so
she might as well just have a t-shirt on that says espionage. Like it's very obvious.
Right. So she tails Dave and he ends up at some warehouse where he's making some sort of delivery or talking to computery people. It's very suspicious.
And the music lets you know, because it's definitely it's like the music from Knight Rider when he's investigating something. It's like, don't.
Yeah. We then see that Buffy is picked up on a security camera, and that security camera is being watched by Computer Demon, who is being watched by Fritz. And Fritz is told that he should kill her.
To which Fritz says,
party.
We are going to talk about Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 1, Episode 9, Puppet Show. Quick takes. Thoughts on this episode?
I forget the twist of this episode every single solitary time that I watch it. Every single time. Every time I start it, I go, ugh, it's a dummy. And then I'm like, oh my God.
That's how I feel about the movie Basic Instinct. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. And I've seen it 20, 25 times. And every time I think I know what's happening. And every time I get to that ending and I'm like, wait, is it what? Maybe it's not. Maybe. And I second guess myself. So I get you on this.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I've never seen Basic Instinct.
You have seen it. You've watched it with me.
No.
Yes. When we first started, we've been together 16 years.
No, I have never seen that movie.
Well, we're going to have to watch it tonight then. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. And it's a fantastic movie.
Oh, great. I've never seen it.
You have seen it. You just don't remember, much like you don't remember the twists in this movie. We had this thing that would go down during the pandemic where we'd blaze through an entire show in 3 or 4 days. And then a year or so later, I'd make a reference to it and she'd be like, I've never seen that show.
Like we watched this show
Never
called
seen it.
Raised by Wolves.
Never seen it.
Yes, you did. It's about these robots raising some kids in the desert. And then like the last 3 episodes, it turns into like this weird religious thing and it focuses on whole new characters. It was a weird show, but we definitely watched it. And she'll pull this on me. She'll go, "Are you sure you watched it with me?" I'm like, we were in lockdown. We couldn't leave the house. I did not
don't know what you
invite
do.
some DoorDasher in to watch an entire series with me.
All right.
Yeah. So I enjoyed this too. I vaguely remembered that this episode existed. I didn't remember any of the twists and turns at all. This is a show that I've kind of, I think, fairly criticized as not having enough red herrings, as not giving me enough twists. And I was totally taken in by the twists in this one.
Yeah.
So I feel like
You got all twisted up.
I did got twisted up in knots. Before we go any further, just going to ask you, you're here, you're watching us. Thank you. We would love to ask you for a little help. Please click like, the little thumbs up button. Please subscribe so that you find out when we put out new material for you. Please leave a comment. All of that stuff just helps us reach more people, get this out to a wide... You're doing interpretive dance. You're like that challenge on Drag Race this year where it was someone had to do a monologue and someone else had to do like weird interpretive dances.
I'd be great at that. So we start with the show's signature shot, which is just a crotchular gynecological shot of a woman's full vulva to open the show. This pissed me off. Definitively.
The other one happens so quick and it's not the first thing in the episode.
Right.
So you're almost kind of like checked out by the time it happens. In The Witch, there's that shot where the girl does a squat onto the camera.
Goofy.
This is a ballerina thrusting her camel toe right into the camera.
What the fuck? It fucking pissed me off.
It just seems... It's just... You can't just do a nice plie to demonstrate that this is a dancer.
From the back. Or
No,
shoot her
we're gonna
from
shoot her.
like a little bit, like just any other angle.
There's lots of signature ballerina moves that you could do. In fact, I would say shoving your vulva in the camera is not a signature ballerina move.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's where we are to start things off.
So no, we're moving on. We're not giving it any more time.
This show has 2 tropes so far: dads forgetting their keys and crotch shots of high school girls.
Yeah. So there's a talent show happening. And they're getting a lot of rehearsal time for this talent show. And Cordelia is rehearsing for her number. And Cordelia is a lot of things. Good singer is not one of them.
But I actually found it adorable. It had the same effect on me as that scene from My Best Friend's Wedding when Julia Roberts tries to embarrass Cameron Diaz by making her sing karaoke because she knows she's a bad singer. And Cameron Diaz gets up there and is awful. And the whole crowd like supports her and lifts her up. So I fell in love with Cordy even more than I already was when I saw how fucking terrible she was. But she's singing her heart out.
But to be fair, Cordelia could take a dump on your forehead and you would think it was adorable. So that's...
I'm pondering.
Moving on.
I generally have a hard no poop rule.
Which I'm very glad about.
But you've given me something to think about.
Yeah.
Welcome. We're gonna talk about Buffy the Vampire Slayer season 1, episode 10, Nightmares.
Eric's favorite episode. I've never seen him so excited.
Yeah, so we might as well talk about it now. This was my least favorite episode of the season so far. I thought this was a really rough watch. In fact, during our watch along, we were both so not into the episode that we got a little cranky. So join our Patreon if you want to see how that goes.
I mean,
I don't want to speak for you, but
no, I was about to say, I'm not sure if I came into the episode in a bad mood or if the episode put me in a bad mood or if they just worked in tandem together.
Right episode, right time.
Yeah. Who can say? I'm annoyed every time a kid comes on screen in this show.
Doesn't bode well.
I don't like that little creepy crap bag that lives in the lair with the master, and not like, oh, I don't like his character, he's in with the master. I'm like, I don't want you here. Like, I don't want you in the equation. Like, I just don't care.
And we're going to get into it when we do the discussion, but they haven't given us a reason to care about that character yet. He just sits there in his little red hoodie.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. But
and then not Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I was convinced this kid was Joseph Gordon-Levitt in this episode. It is not.
He was fine. Like, the actor was
Right.
fine. But I'm just like, I don't need kids. I don't. We don't gotta do kid stuff.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah, just
All right.
go do something else.
Another very special visit from Ethel. She's
There's
walking around our
Ethel.
feet. Say hello to the people.
You might be able to see Ketryn, but she's a little wiggly.
Yeah, during the watch along. Enjoy the show, honey. I'll put her back down. During the watch along, Ketryn jumped up on our set and was threatening to destroy the whole thing. So we might get another cat appearance as well.
So some girl decides to take a smoke break in the basement, and then a giant, pretty scary monster comes out of the darkness, who Arik pointed out is not holding a terrifying wooden club. His arm is a wooden club. That really freaked. I found this monster scary. Like the way he moved, I thought this
kind of lumbers around.
This was this part delivered for me. And then when we get there, the way that they use Buffy's experience to defeat him, I thought worked really well, but it was the rest of the episode that just didn't earn it.
And I didn't clock right away that it was his arm. You get such a tiny little glimpse of him here. It wasn't till later, but yeah, it's this big like club, like Captain Caveman club. Now, can I lodge a complaint now?
Sure.
About this guy.
Okay.
So far we've got Spider Dream.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Giles getting lost in the stacks dream. It's specific to him.
Sure.
We've got Buffy didn't study for the test dream.
Mm-hmm.
Now we've got a smoking girl attacked by a big lummox with a club arm.
Mm-hmm.
Does not seem connected. And then we pan up to a poster that says smoking kills. So I was trying to figure out the whole time, what the fuck does this club man
have to do with
smoking? Why is this her nightmare? And you said all women are afraid of being clubbed by a man, which I think is valid, but it's not specific. And it's at this point that I started to really feel like I was hoping we were going to get some kind of Freddy Krueger shit, some really like get into your heart and what terrifies you and use that against you. And this was random and nonsensical. And I don't want to hear about it. Well, dreams don't always have to make sense. No, but television has to make sense.
Right.
And the more we learn about who this guy is, the less it makes sense that he attacked some random smoking girl.
I get that.
I've already lost it with this episode at this point.
So Giles and Buffy go to question the girl that was beaten. You know, the librarian and this other student come to do some investigative detective work, which is wild. Sunnydale is a lawless town.
I would love for them to show up once and just have to kind of wait in the queue behind the police that are actually doing their job.
That would be hilarious. So the girl says something attacked her, and as they're about to leave, she tells them that the monster, she remembers the monster saying lucky 19. A clue!
Also, Giles wearing a very stylish but unnecessary scarf.
Yeah.
He's like, well, we're going out. I need to put on my scarf.
But he pulls it off. So they leave that girl and they ask okay.
This doesn't make any sense either.
The Hippocratic Oath of Sunnydale also does not appear to be in effect because this fucking doctor just gives the medical records of this stranger to this stranger's librarian.
He even goes, are you family? And they're like, no, friends. He's like,
great,
good enough for me.
Let me give you the information. It's fucking wild. But we also learned that there was like another victim that has similar injuries, and it is a little boy in a coma.
Well, what he says is she's got broken bones and some internal bleeding. She got off easy.
Right.
There's another one.
Right. Who did
worse.
Yeah.
If the first one is in a coma and cannot tell you what happened, what in the world makes this guy think it has anything to do with this girl?
Oh, that's a good point.
Why would he think, oh yeah, he's like, someone's got to stop this guy?
I guess just a beating.
Yeah, but no, you couldn't have two beatings in the same town within the same week. Like, doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
He's jumping to a lot of conclusions, and Buffy and Giles don't question a second of it.
All right, so we're going to take a break from this, and we're going to watch Grease for a few seconds. We're going to see some real 1950s greasers.
I got like, chills, they're multiplying.
It is a like what was this? It was some like 1950s greasers who were like, and another thing, if I ever catch him out, and he better put up his dukes and we're gonna fight. And the joke is that tough guy's nightmare is that his mom comes in and is like, oh sweetie, you forgot your lunch and I'm gonna plant kisses on you and you're not a big strong man, you're my baby boy.
But it was so nonsensical. Like, why couldn't it just been a jock? Why did they have to be in full greaser. motorcycle gang get up? Because at first I thought, oh, these guys are someone's nightmare.
Right.
Someone's afraid of bikers.
Right.
But it's like, no, they're just.
But is someone afraid of like bikers?
Yeah, these 1950s West Side Story street toughs.
West Side Story. It's like they're in the production of West Side Story. So what are your quick takes on this?
Quick takes. I liked this episode.
I did. I liked it a lot. And here's what I'm wondering though. Did we like it that much more because it was no longer episode 10 Nightmares?
Yes, I think having that to compare to definitely helped things.
Yeah.
But I think I will say that this I thought was the best use so far of this show's kind of trope of personifying the horrors of high school.
Yeah.
Into classic monster tropes.
Yeah.
I thought this was brilliantly done, and we'll get to some things that happened throughout the episode that just reinforced that for me. But I thought this was a only occasionally clunky, mostly really enjoyable, good, effective, and frankly scary episode.
Yeah, I would agree.
The women's locker room, we've seen the girls' locker room in several episodes.
Dark.
There's one piss-colored light bulb in the back of the room. It's always dark. It's in shadow. They have one little green shower stall that is about the size of the shower in the bathroom in my office.
Yeah. Which, to be clear about how small this is, I can't shower in there because as someone who doesn't suffer from claustrophobia, I am claustrophobic in it.
So they have this rinky-dink little shower. They've got no lights. Here we've got the fucking boys' locker room. They've got 62 individual shower stalls separated by walls. So you can still see from the shoulders up, but they've all got their own space. Skylights. It's lit up like Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
It's the size of the airplane hangar the Backstreet Boys shot their I Want It That Way video in. It's fucking massive.
Yeah, that reminds me of the meme. Americans will do anything but use the European measuring system to measure things.
I compared the necklace Angel gave to Buffy to 2 sticks of butter.
2 sticks of butter.
Both shape and size.
Yeah.
And someone commented, measuring things in sticks of butter seems like a very American thing to do.
It is.
And I have to agree.
Yeah.
Is this prom? Is it not prom? What the hell's going on?
The show doesn't know.
The show has no idea.
Doesn't know. They even made a joke about it, which we'll get to later. Like, I am convinced that the show found a fuck up that they had in the writer's room and were like, let's just keep going.
It's spring fling. It's a prom, but I thought we had a prom last week.
Yeah.
That happened off screen.
And there was a
Courtney
coronation.
Was coordinated, but kind of was coordinated twice.
Yeah.
So
all we know is that we're dressed up for a shindig this evening.
Yes.
At school.
We're looking
with
our
school.
best.
It's not even at school. Maybe it's at the Bronze. We don't know.
Was your prom at your school?
Was my prom at my school? Prom was not. I think either the boys' school or the girls' school had it at like a country club. And then the after prom
How many
party,
hearths were featured at your country club prom?
Many a hearth. And then I think for one of the proms we went to like Discovery Zone, but like closed the whole thing down. So it was just like a bunch of like kids in prom dresses, like climbing on ropes and ladders and stuff.
For the after prom?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did an all night after prom as well.
But in our school, prom wasn't as big as ring dance, which was actually when the juniors got their class ring, which was presented to them by a senior. And then the junior class formally invited the senior class to their ring dance, which was always like themed.
This is as confusing as Sunnydale's dance structure.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on there. I've got some surprises. It's the season finale. I had to go big.
What is it?
Where was either one of those dances featured in this photograph? I'll put the photo up so you guys can see it as well.
This is prom. This is the boys' school prom.
That's you in the middle in the
that's
light blue dress.
me in the middle. And so, yeah, this was when I was a junior.
Okay.
Because those are all seniors there except for Lauren Demi. And I remember, that's very sweet. So I picked out a dress that I wore to ring dance, which was before this.
Okay.
And I loved it. But it was between that dress and this dress.
Okay.
My parents surprised me. They went back and they bought my second choice.
Aw.
So I got to wear both of them. And that was what I wore to prom.
Your parents pulled a Joyce.
I know. They did pull a Joyce.
And
And honestly, it's got like a similar vibe to it
Mhm.
as her dress.
3 of those girls were bridesmaids in our wedding.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Here is my senior prom picture.
Look at that handsome devil you.
And that is my senior year girlfriend.
I'll kill her.
Just kidding. She had to leave her brother's wedding early to come to prom with me.
Stud.
But from what I remember, it was a pretty hastily arranged wedding. We already had prom on the calendar
Yeah.
when they arranged the wedding.
Yeah, fuck that. Do it
So,
the next weekend.
Yeah. So, and if you'll notice in the background there, that is my mom's friend Bridget's purple 1976 Corvette Stingray that she let me drive to prom. That car saw a lot of action. That car, not only did I have sex in that car,
I'm taking a drink.
with the door open and my leg out on the ground in the middle of a cornfield because it's too small.
You slut.
So we pulled off the road in the middle of a cornfield to have sex.
You
But
absolute hussy.
that car was actually picked up by a tornado while Bridget and my mom were in it.
Oh,
The back end of it lifted about 6 feet off the ground while they were trying to outrun a tornado.
that's terrifying.
So that's the story of my prom picture.
I obviously took friends to all my dances. I think that went without saying.
This seems like the perfect time to just give out our season 1 report card.
Oh, we're doing that first.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and just start here. So we went through and graded every episode of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll just go down the list in order and compare and contrast. All right, episode 1, Welcome to the Hellmouth, aka Welcome to the Kool-Aid Mouth.
I gave that an A-.
I gave it an A.
For a pilot,
I
I
thought
thought it was
a really strong
pilots
pilot.
are really tough.
Pilots are often hard. I feel like this one really delivered. It set up so many things that would come to fruition. Sometimes would take years to come to fruition,
Mhm.
but they really did a good job of establishing the world, the tone,
Yeah.
characters. The Harvest.
D.
D as well. That with double D.
Yeah.
The Witch.
B-.
I gave it a B. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm grading a little less harshly
Yeah.
than you, but
I mean, that checks out.
yeah, no, that was a fun episode. It was spooky. It was good to put that so early because if it had been 5 or 6, 7 episodes of just vampire shit,
Right.
then you tried to change it up. This told the audience right away,
We're
it's
going to
gonna
do
be
some other stuff.
lots of other things,
Yeah.
and I think that they
All right,
they
for
succeeded
the
there.
for the rest of them, let's say our grades at the same time.
Okay,
Okay.
so episode 4, The Many Loves of Dr. Mantis Toboggan, aka Teacher's Pet,
D.
B-.
Teacher's Pet?
I don't know. I remember enjoying it more than I expected to.
Fair. I think it's just a little too goofy.
It is pretty
for me.
goofy. No, I think you're right. I think I'm not maybe being harsh enough. Okay. Episode 5, Never Kill a Boy on the First Date.
C+.
D+.
Oh, okay.
I hated that one. I thought it was so boring.
Yeah.
And
Why did I give it a C+?
we got this whole bit where Owen is Buffy. It's like you're two different people.
Yeah.
Like, none of it made any
You know
sense.
what? I don't
stand by your grade?
I don't stand by my grade. What
Okay.
did you give it? A D?
I give it a D+.
I'm going D+ too.
Okay. Episode 6, Hyenas Are Back, aka The Pack. C+.
D+. Weird.
We swapped them.
Yeah, we switched.
I think that...
D+ I stand by. The plus is for Xander's performance.
Yes.
The rest of the
Jim.
and Jim, God, he dropped a full letter grade. It just, I don't know. I think the episodes that work in season 1 are the vampire lore ones.
The big story,
yes.
the season-long arc.
I don't think
You weren't
that
feeling
they've
Monster of the Week.
figured out the monster of the week yet.
I thought, though, as a metaphor for peer pressure,
Sure.
I thought there was good stuff in there. I mean, it was definitely goofy. They eat the principal, but they don't get in. There's no blood in anything.
Yeah.
Like you almost kind of go like the same thing I would say to someone's like, if you can't afford to leave a tip, you can't afford to go out. Eat.
Yeah.
If you can't afford to cover these kids in blood, then you can't have them eat a man.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
that's my words of wisdom there. Okay, episode 7, Angel, A+.
B+. I was comparing it to episodes I liked better.
Okay,
Uh,
I think I'm containing this to season 1. I'm comparing season 1 against.
oh no,
itself.
I'm comparing it against itself. That was the highest grade, other than the pilot and the finale.
Okay,
to be fair. So
interesting. Okay, no, that was the first one all season that felt like felt like Buffy to me.
yeah,
Number 8, I, Robot You, Jane,
C+.
B.
Yeah,
Similar.
Yeah.
I thought it was definitely again goofy, and I know that you talked about how Buffy seemed too depowered in the final fight.
yeah,
But all of the really prescient internet stuff,
Yeah.
kid committing suicide because of the internet,
yeah,
all of that just felt like it really resonated. They weren't afraid to go there.
yeah.
So I gave them points for that.
I think that's fair. That's where my plus comes in.
Number 9, The Puppet Show,
B.
A lot of my complaints this season up to that point were that there weren't enough twists and turns.
And that was a twisty,
and that was a
twisty.
good twist. Although the witch had a good twist as well.
Yeah, that's.
But then there was stuff where there was not twists.
Yeah.
And this one was a good pretzel for me. So number 10, Nightmares.
D-.
F.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was the worst one for me.
Yeah.
Nothing about it worked.
Yeah.
Nothing about it made sense. Number 11, Out of Mind, Out of Sight.
B. Yeah.
I thought it was the best use of the horrors of high school personified by classic movie monsters.
I was annoyed that we never understood what dance coronation was happening.
That
That
plagues
I know
that
that's so
episode
stupid,
and this
but
one.
I know that's
I couldn't track it.
it.
And
Just yeah.
What is
Just
any,
create another mechanism.
is any of this prom?
Yeah.
And if it is, when did it happen? Which episode is it? Do they really have 2 dances back-to-back weeks? I don't know. And then Prophecy Girl. Let's go ahead and grade it now.
Mhm.
This is part of our quick takes.
A-.
Yeah. I loved it. It was my favorite
it was
episode
great.
of the season.
I think that my minus was just because, like, I don't know that the master is like my favorite big bad,
Yeah, no, he was
and the anointed one.
The Anointed,
also,
yeah,
I
so-
was just like,
yeah, if we're gonna go with the bad quickly, the Anointed was such a letdown, did nothing. Because I thought when they first talked about him in episode 5, he was supposed to be a warrior.
right.
And then the subversion was, it's just a little kid. It's not who we expect. It's not that big hulking dude. But then they do nothing with him all season. And then
Yeah.
when he finally does a thing, we could have left the Anointed out of the entire show and it wouldn't have hurt a thing.
Yeah. Well, let's get into it.
So
then,
let's
'cause
just get into it.
Giles is now on the phone in his office and doesn't know that Jenny Calendar is listening to a phone call that he's having. But she does clock that he's wearing the same thing as he was wearing yesterday. And I was like, girl, why you know what clothes he was wearing?
Well, it's so
yesterday?
funny. He says, from a clue in the conversation, he said, "We'll come after sundown." So we think he's probably calling Angel,
Mhm.
but he says, "Yes, this is Giles, Rupert Giles." If he doesn't know Giles, there's not a planet where he knows. Oh, Rupert, that clears
Rupert
it up.
Giles, right?
I thought this was Fred Giles.
Yeah. Jenny Calendar is basically like, yo, dude, you can clue me in on this shit. Remember, I'm a techno pagan. So, like, all my peeps are talking about some crazy shit happening. Cats giving birth to snakes.
Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria.
Boiling lakes while people are in it. And a baby being born with inward eyeballs.
I had a question about that. What's your opinion? Just what do you think? Are they just attached backwards, or are we seeing like the nerve and the veins and shit that are on the back of the eye attached, sticking out of the eye hole?
That's what I'm picturing.
Oh, that's so much worse.
Yeah, that's what I'm picturing.
None of
Or
it's great.
even an unattached retina. So it's just like dangling out of his skull. That's what I was picturing.
I don't feel so good.
Sorry, you asked.
I did.
And she's looking through an album, and darling Joyce comes in. And Buffy's like, let's get the fuck out of here. Let's just go. For
Mother-daughter
no
weekend.
particular reason, let's get out of here. And Joyce is like, don't you have a prom or a spring fling? Joyce doesn't even know what the fuck
And
is.
cheerleaders, or whatever they're calling it.
Whatever
like,
they're calling. What are they calling
nobody
it?
knows what this dance is.
What are they calling it? Come on, guys.
And was there a dance last week?
Who can say?
No idea.
So we also see that Joyce did something very similar to what my parents did, where she saw Buffy eyeing a beautiful dress and said, we can't afford it, except they could. And she bought it, and it was hanging on the back of the closet. And it was a very 90s dress.
Yeah.
It was the 90st of 90s dresses.
She looked gorgeous. It was giving bridal.
Yeah.
I also thought it was giving like virgin sacrifice a
Yeah,
little bit.
it totally was. We also get a little backstory about Joyce, that she was a saucy vixen at her prom. She went stag, but that's where she met Buffy's dad, who sucks. We have to allow all women to make terrible choices in their early years before they find the right guy.
She met Hank, but
He had a date
and then
already.
Joyce gets flustered saying, I'm not going to tell you that story, but
Cut to her in the cornfield. Hank's got one leg out the car, and then the car gets picked up by a tornado.
Exactly.
That's how it happened,
That's
right?
exactly what that's the
Yeah.
Joyce Hank origin story. That was the night Buffy was conceived, actually.
Yeah. Buff comes in, and she's like, remember that time I quit? I need my job back. I'm taking my job back.
She pulls a George Costanza where she just pretends she never quit.
Right, exactly. That was my Seinfeld theme song. How did it sound?
I'm glad you tagged it afterwards.
Okay, great. So
We won't get a copyright strike. I'll tell you that.
oh, good. That's why I did it that way. Buffy comes in and she's like, that's super sweet of you, Dad Giles, but I'm the Slayer. And he says, well, nah-uh. And she says, yaha, punch-a-rooney, concussion number billion.
Yeah. We've made the comment before that it's sort of like that character in Not Another Teen Movie where we know this guy's a limited number of concussions before he just dies.
Right.
I kind of can't believe she wasted one
Right.
on this, but
Truly.
she needed him to stand down.
Yeah. He's knocked out. She asked Jenny to tell Giles that she said something super cool as she left, which she didn't, but she did take something super cool, and it was a crossbow.
Yes.
She looks awesome.
Oh, and also her badge. She put her butter necklace back
She did
on.
put her butter necklace back on. And I was like, damn it. I thought we were out of the woods.
What do you think Jenny told him?
I think she just told him what happened. I think she just told him exactly.
So
Yeah.
this girl's about to go off and die to try and save the world, and you're not going to honor her last wish?
Yeah.
Jenny's a
So she goes outside and she immediately encounters the creepy crap bag. And I felt like the kid had a speech. He had a whole thing. Help me. Like, I feel like he had a whole scene and was like bummed that she was like, I know who you are, kid. Take
Right.
me to the master. And he's like, motherfucker, I rehearsed this.
It reminded me of the scene from one of the Indiana Jones films where a guy pulls out his swords and he's like doing a full thing, and then Indy just pulls out his gun and shoots him.
That's that. What two clips have the same vibe?
Yeah.
It's that.
I'm furious at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Is this literally the whole reason this fucking kid's been sitting around
Yeah.
in these episodes
To hold her hand.
for the last 7 episodes? We don't see him every time, but he's just in his little red hoodie, taking up space.
Yep.
Cashing checks.
Yep. Still cashing checks.
Doing nothing.
Yeah.
Again, we could have left this kid out of the entire thing and it wouldn't have hurt anything.
We got to look up who this kid is and where he is now.
I don't even blame the kid.
Oh,
I just
of course
think it's
not.
the dumbest.
It's a dumb premise.
It's a dumb device.
And you know how I feel about kids on set. Like, I'm like, you got to really convince me that this particular character needs to be a live child and not CGI.
a little context, because what you said sounded harsh. Like you are annoyed by kids.
Oh.
on set.
Fuck them kids.
Well,
No,
I am
she
annoyed
works
by kids,
with
but
child actors and knows how much this business can mess with them, and she does mentoring and it works with social workers to provide structure, care, relationships.
and they're
for
just
these
not
kids.
they're just not made a priority on set at
Mhm.
all. And they're utterly neglected and oftentimes abused. And my job has made me, one, really glad that my parents couldn't be convinced to be stage parents.
Glad you weren't born a Kardashian.
Yeah, like I would not have been okay. I would have desperately wanted to be like I did want to be a child actor, but I wouldn't have done well. I would have fully Lindsay Lohan, like no question.
She's on the upswing though.
She is, but she's she's a classic,
Mhm. Yeah.
you know. So like for things like this, I really do take issue with sort of just like having this kid on set every so often
For
to
no
just
lines
for
and
no
to deliver nothing to the plot.
Yeah. So I kind of do take issue with it. You know, if you're going to have a kid on set, I want you to earn it. I want it to be worth it that this kid is missing school and missing opportunities to socialize. And, you know, hopefully he has parents that are putting some of his money away that he's like, it's just, you know, you got to earn it. This kid did not. Edit it out. Buffy makes it to the lair and the kid is like, all right, that's my last shot of the day. I'm out of here.
He just turns around and
leaves.
walks out. What a fucking waste for all the buildup.
Because they could have done something. I would have totally been on board for them doing something fucking nuts with that kid. Make him a fucking vampire child. Do something, anything.
Right. So, here's the thing. Buffy would have gone down there anyway.
Right. Yeah, exactly. She tries to shoot the master with her crossbow and this motherfucker catches it right before it hits his heart. And I was like, uh-oh, he's been practicing his arrow catching down here.
How does one practice that though? Because if you're bad at it to start,
nerfs.
You die. Nerfs.
Yeah.
Nerf crossbow.
He had his minions go up and get some Nerf guns.
Okay.
Duh. Idiot. He fucking bites her, man.
Right in the neck. And dumps her body face first into a pond of sewer water.
And it was upsetting.
Yeah.
Like they did a thing where they dropped her face down into water so that it's like, no, guys, she's dead. But we're so used to seeing, especially, I didn't even think of this until later. We're so used to seeing ingenues in shows. Even when they're dead, they're beautifully dead. Right? Especially when it's the fucking lead of the show. Buffy looked like a corpse. She looked like a really upsetting corpse that a bunch of teenage boys stumbled upon. Like she's face down. She's her
sprawled.
The sprawled.
Her back's
like it was
bent in an unnatural way.
It was really an upsetting visual. Zangel now runs down. They found Buffy. Angel feels her pulse and she's dead. She's not with us anymore. Lord knows how long she was face down in water,
as was foretold in the codex.
Yeah. And apparently, I guess Slayers, I'm thinking about the science of this now, because one of the reasons that people die from vampire bites is they're drained of too much of their blood to exist anymore. So here's what I can only presume. Slayers have too much blood.
that's a leap. Talk me through that.
That like he sucked enough to like make her pass out, but Slayers have more blood than the average human, so it only made her pass out. It didn't make her die.
No, she died.
But then when she fell down face first in the water, she drowned.
Well, Darla bit Joyce and she didn't die. It's possible to bite someone.
Why the fuck would the master not want to drain her of all of her, eat his fill?
But he didn't. He's
gonna have a snack?
He bites her and drops her instantly. He doesn't even like, there's no slurping.
Okay. I still think Slayers have more blood.
That's your headcanon.
Yeah.
They're like little mosquitoes. They're just full to bursting with blood.
Don't you dare insult Slayers by comparing them to mosquitoes, you monster.
Stepped on a landmine.
You can sleep outside with the mosquitoes tonight. We then learn Angel can't give CPR. He doesn't have any breath.
Which I said when we were watching. I don't know if I said it during the show or during the watch along. When they were breathing the gas from Flute Girl.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, he's going to have to give CPR. And then you said, but he doesn't breathe. He can't do CPR. Also doesn't breathe. How does he smell gas?
And that's where we had the whole olfactory.
So I think if you, again, a vampire just moving through the air will still go in their nose and they can sense it.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
It's aerodynamics.
A tentacle is coming up from the earthquaked Hellmouth, which reminded Eric of a giant penis from The Boys.
Yeah, Love Sausage.
Ugh. Was that his superhero name?
Yeah. He's got a prehensile elongated penis.
So gross. The master has Buffy by the neck. She looks and sees that something has made it so that there's like a giant
the little wormy love sausages of flipping over furniture.
Yeah, so there's like a big old steak, like a big steak. Buffy clocks it and realizes she doesn't have to do shit other than fucking flip this Kool-Aid mouth over her head, through the glass ceiling, into the library, directly onto this giant stake, and we have the most satisfying dusting of the season.
Because he unravels like a sweater. It doesn't happen in a
Yes.
burst.
It's
like
cool.
It's like, yeah.
It's really cool. So they did it. All quiet on the Hellmouth now. She comes down and they all decide to go to the bronze because, god damn it, she got pretty. We saved the world, and I say we party.
She's going in this beautiful dress that's been drugged through the sewer.
Yeah,
like
it
felt
looked
so bad.
Yeah. And she was literally dropped into, even if she had kept the hems clean, she was literally
smeared
dropped
up.
into sewage water.
Right. We had a plumbing thing where
Oh god.
our plumbing backed up, and so when you flush the toilet, it would come up through the bathtub and the shower. I actually had to miss a friends and family screening of Final Destination. Our friend Guy co-wrote that movie, and I couldn't go because I had to stay behind with the animals and having the plumber in and out of the house.
So much poop water.
That is the water Buffy
that she
fell into.
She must have smelled so bad.
Ugh.
Oh man.
And Xander had to give her mouth to mouth right after pulling her face out of the sewer water. We might be imagining this water being worse than it was.
Yeah, maybe the master doesn't. If they have olfactory cells, we've already said that they can smell.
Yeah.
Presumably.
I mean, there's no moving air down there, so he'd have to like jog around to get a whiff of anything. but
like maybe that is just water.
It could just be water.
You know what? It's water. Let's say that. And the final shot of the season is the master's bones on a giant steak.
He's now been transformed into a model skeleton from a science classroom.
From a science lab. Yeah, they're actually going to use it next season in science class.
How excited is
found
Snyder? Like, yeah, we got to pay $5 million to repair the school, but we just saved $40 on a skeleton for the science lab.
He's ecstatic.
All
right.
right.
Meeting of the yearbook committee.
Last meeting of the season for the yearbook committee. Who's your most likely?
Let's see. What did I have? Most likely to walk Buffy down the aisle because Hank sucks. Giles.
Oh, that was heartfelt. I feel like we should have ended with yours. Mine's so dumb.
Let's hear it.
Most likely to get boned, Kool-Aid Mouth. Because he turns into a skeleton at the end. So he gets boned. Come back.
God, I'm only coming back for you guys, not him.